Am I the antidote? Am I the antidote for expecting my delayed inheritance to be adjusted for inflation? Okay, that's an interesting perspective. Okay, I'm curious. I don't know, I never thought about that. Okay, here we go. When my grandma died, she left roughly $1 million to my mother, a 66-year-old female, and $350,000 each to me, a 28-year-old male, my brother, a 38-year-old male, and my sister, a 30-year-old female. So our poster is the youngest. Okay. My mom didn't really need the money she received, so she'd asked if I'd be okay with her giving $500,000 each to my brother and sister so they could buy houses outright. And the deal was that I get my $500,000 when she dies, and then the rest of her assets would be split 3 ways. I agreed since I live with my mom due to depression and anxiety and did need the money right now. Okay, I see that. Because $1 million, split that. But then the rest, okay, And she lives with her. Okay. My brother and sister used up most of their $850,000 each, the $350 from grandma and the $500 from mom, to buy their houses. I invested my $350,000, and after 1 year, it's already made $50,000 in profit. A few months later, I realized that the $500,000 today won't be worth the same by the time I actually get it. True. Years from now, I talked to my mom about it, and she agreed that adjusting the amount for inflation was fair. She changed her will, so now I'd receive the future equivalent of $500,000 in today's money, and not just the flat $500,000. We didn't tell my siblings about this update. We figured it wasn't a big deal unless it came up, and didn't want drama if they disagreed. But we also weren't going to lie about it. That does seem fair. You're delaying it. You could have invested it. You don't need it right now, but it is a delay in wealth building. Okay. Well, yesterday it came up. My mom casually mentioned to my brother, and he got angry and called me devious. What? For hiding it. He argued that if my investments continue to grow at the same pace, I could end up with over $1 million in profit in 20 years. Way more than what they'll gain from their houses. Okay, then sell your house, dude. Go put it in the market. Yes. And it's not like I looked at the ages. The brother is not massively, okay, so he's 10 years younger than the older male, but he's only 2 years younger than the female. And she got the same deal with buying a house. So, okay. But he's also living there because he suffers from depression and he lives with his mom, so he doesn't need the house. Okay. But also, he's probably taking care of the mom a little bit. Or is she taking care of him? I don't know. Let's continue on with the story. Okay. So the oldest brother, called him devious for hiding, and he argued that if my investments continue to grow at the same pace, I could end up with over $1 million in profit in 20 years. Yeah, it's called the gift of time, dude. Or something like that. I don't know. This is not my world. But yes, way more than what they gain from their houses. Yeah. He thinks that $500,000 I get later shouldn't be adjusted because my investment growth makes up for it. Boo. He also argued that they had to use all of their $850,000 to buy places to live when I could live at home basically for free aside from paying bills and could just let my money grow. But technically, they could have chosen to live at home too if they wanted to. Ooh, that is a sick burn. They didn't have to buy $850,000 houses. They could have put some money aside. They also, if they're putting $850,000, is that straight in cash? Why didn't they just put some money down and have a mortgage? Sorry, I'm just getting too invested in this one. What are you doing? Okay, I get that. Yeah, I get the pros and cons of a cash payment versus a mortgage. But interesting. This just sounds like a bitter brother. But anyway, my brother told our mom to change the will back. And when she asked me, I said, just fine. I don't want to fight and strain the relationship with him or my sister. And if she finds out, she'll take his side. But now I'm having second thoughts. Like, I feel like I'm being reasonable asking for the value of $500,000 in today's money, but I'm wrong. Am I the antidote for thinking it's fair to adjust the $500,000 for inflation, even if my investments might outperform the houses? Edit. This is probably not important, but just to clarify, the amounts are in Australian dollars. So $1 Australian is about 65 cents US dollar. I know that's still a lot, but I just wanted to be clear. We weren't really a rich family or anything. It's just my grandma's property ended up being worth a lot after she'd owned it for 60 years. Also, I do contribute to my living expenses by paying half of all the bills. Oh, this is so curious. This is interesting because part of it is, being grateful. This is unexpected money. This is inheritance. This is something this is a gift. And so there's part of that, like not looking a gift horse in the mouth. But also, if you are not, they got extra gifts. They got a lot of extra gifts, to do something with it that was important to the mom, to buy a house. But also, he is not using that now. He's using it later. And so, delaying that, I feel like there might be a bit of a reward for that. That, $500,000 today versus when the mom dies. It could be 20 years from now that she dies. She's a pretty young mom. She's 66. Could be even longer. So, I understand the request for inflation. It's not even asking for like investing it and asking for that later. It's just keeping up with standard of living with that, 3% inflation? I don't know. I read a lot of random things, but as you can tell, I know just enough to not know anything here. But I don't know. This is an interesting, I don't know, money and family. It's always so complicated, especially when it comes to inheritances. Like, ooh, I stay out of that. But I'm curious, do any of you all have knowledge of how this all works, or what you think about it? What would you do if it was your family? Oh my God, then you get into complicated sibling dynamics. Oof, this is crazy. Oh yeah, this feels like it's up there with the weddings. People lose their minds when it comes to weddings. People lose their minds when it comes to inheritance and sibling dynamics. I can't even right now. I got to hear what you guys think. So, let me know. Is this person the antidote?